The whole fucking evil Siamese twins. Thank you for your patronage. She knows? Mm-hmm. A board game. Old Town Hong Kong. Really? Mm-hmm. I don't know. See, from what I knew was the. Hmm? It came out 2 years after Blade Runner and something. It was a book. It was a book as well. They came out a few years apart, and they were seen as the main inspiration for Cyberpunk, for the actual board game. Obviously, like copyright and all that there. No, Blade Runner got the inspiration from the old. I'm blanking here. Hold on. Let me. I know my stuff. Hold on. I'm without some nerd knowledge. Yeah, Blade Rummer. Yes, do androids dream of electric sheep? That's what it is. Uh, yeah, science fiction novel. Yeah, published in '68. Yeah, '68. Post-apocalyptic San Francisco. Were like, pardon? Oh, I bunged her up. Yeah, no, the wee side missions are brilliant for street cred because that's exact. But I like that though, the fact that you gain hard experience from story missions, but for street cred, if you're doing stuff on these mean streets, you get more street cred. Upon these streets. Well, yeah, how else was I supposed to say it? Oh, damn, I feel like I have to wear these. Oh, no. And they've got such a good mod. I got booty shorts. The mod is so good. I look like such a prick because I've got two legendary mods because I don't have any perks to remove the mods from my clothing on a blue bandana, which makes me look like a shit pit bull, and some fucking booty shorts that make my cheeks look thick. Hold on, I'll send you a pic of my guy. Take a screenshot. Nope, Maddie's gone. I know. It's fucking huge. Mm-hmm. Oh, check that there screenshot. I just sent that as what my guy looks like. If it will ever upload. It's on just PlayStation. I just messaged it through PlayStation. Who wears short shorts? I wear short shorts. Yes, honey. A link? No, how dare you send me a link? You know, I'm allergic to them. Yes, mother. Hold on. Hold there. My mother said goodnight. These are fucking cool. All the dice. Oh man, I've already spent so much money on dice. And I know if I want to DM a game, I have to buy more dice. And that dice will cost me money. And I don't like spending money. I like the things that money can get me, I just don't like. Oh, that's cute. You think if we're gonna live in the same house, I'm not gonna force all you to play a game. No, I will DM a game and I will teach you, and you'll all have little characters, and it'll be magical. Because it is like Nerdvana. It's brilliant. It's just one of those games that, oh my god, I unlocked a legit like futuristic samurai helmet. That's awesome. Um, it's one of those games where a typical nerd game. Like, oh, you play D&D, fucking fact. Yeah, I fucking play D&D. Um, it sounds so silly, but it's amazingly interactive because you literally can do anything with your little character. And even though it is run on the most powerful graphics chip in the world, the human mind, it's fucking brilliant because you literally can, if you have a good, no, genuinely, if you have a good imagination and a good sense of humor, it is the best fucking crack. And it, get you out of the house so mom can change your sheets. Exactly. There's no limits. The only limit is your mind and the dice. Yeah, but that's the coolest fucking thing. Like I fucking between dialogue and how you interact with the world around you, like a lot of things. If you get a bad dungeon master, they'll like railroad you, and you won't really like it'll feel like your choices don't really mean much. But if you get a good dungeon master, you literally can go off and do whatever you want in any direction, and even if it's not scripted, they'll be able to make something up quickly on the fly in their head, and it's just great because you'll have you don't need your books and shit beside you because websites are a thing these days. If you have internet connection when you're playing, but like you'd have all your books and your notes and all that shit, and it's fucking brilliant. And you'll have your wee fucking mini character, and you'll be able to draw out on a big like it's called a playmat, and it's divided up into grid squares because like you can only move a certain amount of squares per turn, and then like you get to see your combat zone and your cover and your different abilities will be in your fucking character sheet. It's the coolest fucking shit ever. It's so much fun. I never thought I could have that much fun with a board game, but it's fucking brilliant. What? D&D? Mike plays D&D? I didn't know this. Why have I not known these things? Oh, I haven't done Star Wars D&D yet. We made our character. Haven't fully made our characters. No, we're still in Greece. We're doing Greece, and Glenn is running a medieval fantasy one, and I hope to God we're not doing Emma's anymore because she is the reason that I had to put in the example of a bad DM because holy shit, that was painful. Um, and Dermot's gonna run a Witcher 1. No, she all of our it felt like all literally all of the choices we made throughout the night meant absolutely nothing because like and she made us do so like, so basically if you want to look around your surroundings and try and figure out where you are, sometimes you'll need to do like skill checks, like perception checks. You have to roll your dice. If you get a say you get a natural 20, you'll be able to fucking like you put your ear to the ground and hear the whispers of the woods and you're able to fucking like, and we're going that way. But like if you roll a 1, you turn around and you fall over and a stick falls up your arse. Like. But every 2 seconds, she made us do perception checks. Like she made us do them. They weren't like we wanted to check, but like okay, you have to roll a perception check for this, even though it was something that was happening right beside us. Like passive perception is a thing for your characters as well, which means like they're just as you are in real life, passively. Yeah, exactly. You'll just see it happen because it's the world unfolding around you. It's not like it's you're not EA. You don't have to fucking pay to play and fucking see the fucking scroll that's in the tree. And then we asked a question. She kept throwing these here, which would have been cool in hindsight if we weren't used to playing normal D&D. Because the first thing she said was, "Forget everything you know about D&D. This is going to be Emma's game." And I thought we were like, okay. And she kept throwing these really weird creatures at us that in any other sense of the game would have been enemies. And they were all friendly. And like there were so many times where somebody was so close to attacking a creature which could have fucking raped us, mind you, um, because it looked so dangerous. And I just went, "Hello, I am a beast of the forest." Like, what the fuck? You're not friendly. You would eat my face. And no, and then we no, but then we asked one of the creatures what way we should go, and the creature just said follow the path. But you know what the thing was? This is why it makes no sense whatsoever. The trail, it didn't branch off. It was just a one-way trail. So literally everything we were interacting with, everything we were doing meant absolutely nothing because our objective was at the end of the fucking, trail. It made no sense. And then just to try and throw a wrench in our plans, I'm going to describe this to you better than she described it, but I'm going to describe this to you in the way that it transpired and see if you can poke a hole in what Adam done, quote unquote, wrong. So I will be my character, and I'll also do a voice like this for Adam's character. So you're following along the tree. Oh, of course we do. Yeah, yeah. You're role playing. You gotta get into it. No, no. Yeah, you gotta get into it, man. Because you can't talk like this here. Because if hmm? No, you first. Hmm. I'm having a great time. Yeah, no, right. So we just went past this fucking, I mean giant, like we're talking like 20 something foot tall, howler monkey with the face of a lion, which does sound intimidating as fuck, doesn't it? And all of its children, and we're talking like maybe 30 fucking like little baby fucking howler monkey with lion faces. Um, I'm not gonna get into that. It's too much detail to describe it. Right anyway, we passed him. He said, "Go on ahead." Like, right, mate. Cheers. And we're down the path. And so we're just walking on down. Me and Adam have taken lead, um, because I'm the paladin, he's the cleric. So like we're kind of like the power duo. He heals me, and I just there's more to a paladin than that, but and off the bat we literally couldn't roleplay the way we wanted to because we were playing Church of the Eternal Fire. Characters because it was supposed to be like a semi-fantasy Witcher based world, but then all of these creatures that the Church of the Eternal Fire would have called abominations, we had to befriend and we had to be nice to. Anyway, walking down the path ever so slightly, to which we see a waterfall, but it seems like the waterfall isn't flowing in the proper direction. As you look and inspect farther into the waterfall, you see that the river is actually flowing upwards. You step towards the waterfall, and so what do you want to do whenever you see this here? I say, all right, I will approach the waterfall. and just attempt to touch it, put my foot to it. And as I put my foot to this waterfall, the water splits. A bit like, Moses in the Red Sea. The Moses splits and I can follow along the path. But shit's never that simple. So as I begin to walk along the path, Dermot behind me doesn't trust it. So Dermot decides to pick up a rock and throw it at the waterfall. Seems pretty harmless, but as Dermot throws the rock at the waterfall, you feel a shake in the ground. The ground stirs beneath you. You hear an almighty roar, and the ground beneath you begins to crackle and crumple, and the ground splits in the core and begins going back at the waterfall. What do you want to do now? And obviously, fucking retreat, run away, Um, and you retreat and go back and check and you spy the waterfall. And it seems every time you make a noise, like we tried to talk to one another, and every time you make a noise, the waterfall, the crack in the core of the earth seems to get wider and wider and crack and louder, and it begins to advance farther and farther back to your party. It splits the ground betwixt you, and now there's a hole in the ground between us. Um, so Adam decides to go up and I will do a stealth check. I will go up and inspect party. Do not worry. Blah blah blah. So Adam has to roll a stealth check in order to carefully walk through the waterfall to gaze into what this is coming from the crack without getting killed, and it's with disadvantage because you're walking through water. So what with disadvantage means you roll your dice twice, and you have to pick the lower number, and that's what score you get. Adam got lucky, and he rolled like a 15. Not lucky, I mean. So he was able to carefully advance through this here magical fucking reverse waterfall, which core is cracking, and he peers down the waterfall. But as he peers down, he sees these creatures emerging from he can see clean down into the core of the earth. To which, us being Church of the Eternal Fire, he screams, "Fire! Brother, I see fire!" And to which these creatures begin to appear from the core of the earth. These sort of medium-esque size. You've seen the new season of Mandalorian, haven't you? Have you seen the spider episode? Imagine a spider that's kind of the size of a dog. Um, oh yeah. Well, imagine sort of these but they're not like spiders. They're kind of they're elementals. So as you look down, you see these spiders begin to crawl up the side of the chasm, and you look to see one, and a few are glowing, red hot, burning magma elementals. And you look to your left, you see two more elementals of a different variety. You see two water elemental spiders, all crawling up, long legs, thin bodies, crawling up through as they put one of their long legs touching the waterfall. As you see the elemental begins to change and morph, take form. The once magma elemental turns into a water elemental. What do you do? And it's like standing dead set right in front of Adam. You know what Adam does? He fucking kicks it in the face, and fair enough, that's some scary fucking shit. He just says attack, and I kick it in the face. And Emma said, "Are you sure?" Which you never ask as a dungeon master. Once the player says they've done it, the character's done it. That boot is in the spider's face. Are you sure that's what you want to do? Yes, I'm kicking this fucking spider. And he kicked it and he whacked it with his mace. As he do that, the core of the earth, it rumbles louder, and these two huge, gargantuan, 20 feet tall elemental spiders split down the middle with magma and water on each side. So they're kind of like half elementals each side. They're both a water and magma sort of side. Crawl up through the core of the earth, like a gargantuan roar from them, and everyone rolls for initiative and attack. But then, right as that happens, Emma went, "You weren't supposed to attack them. They were meant to be friendlies." And everyone just kind of turned to her and went, "What?" And then, anyway, it went through, and we were laying some big fucking digits down. We were fucking some shit up, and we had done, for perspective, the weakest dragon in Dungeons and Dragons is the yellow dragon, and it has about 165-ish hit points, to kill it. He give each of the big daddy spiders, the mommy and daddy spiders, she give each of them 210 hit points. And the little baby spiders, she give them, I think, 80 hit points each. Again, for perspective, a werewolf has 65 hit points. So the combat was hell, and her direction made no sense at all, because through times she would forget her own continuity. So the spiders would attack us and absolutely nothing would happen. Big daddy spider stomp, rock crumbling beneath his big ass fucking, what are they called, are they just legs? Is there any special name for arachnid legs? His legs? The big big spider legs, fucking, and he fucking takes a big ass swipe. big ass pincers basically, no real pincers, they're little sharp bits in the end. And he takes a big swing at Dermot and does a huge amount of flinging Dermot against the wall, crack against. Apparently, there's some kind of whenever they emerged, it turned into some kind of water chasm, like a water cave. What once was a slightly parted um waterfall has now turned into a big ocean-esque like cave. You can't see through it, and it whacks him against this water, and the water is dense. Against the floor, bam, hits the ground hard, and then so it's then Dermot's turn, and Dermot goes to attack the spider, and Dermot walks. Um, Dermot goes, attacks, slaps it, and then the core of the earth begins to shake again. And the earth splits beneath Dermot's feet, and he has to do a saving throw. Thankfully, he saves dexterity because it's an acrobatics thing, to jump out of the way of this cracking earth. She kept forgetting, like on certain parts, that the earth was like sound sensitive. You know what I mean? Like for some reason, the earth didn't like us making noise on it. So she kept forgetting her own rules. So we had to keep reminding the DM of her rules, which we didn't fully understand. It was just really annoying and confusing, and it was taking too long to kill the enemies. We literally had to end the game mid fight because the enemies had too much health. Because there was five baby spiders and two huge spiders, so like there was roughly like fucking 600 health we had to take down, and our party's combined health was about 150. So it was ridiculously badly planned. Yeah, and she kept giving like all the characters back in the village like weird Southern American accents. They go, "Oh yeah, I'm from Alabama. How the fuck are you from Alabama? America hasn't been discovered yet. Columbus who? You know." But no, it was just really. It was a pain in the arse, but then Adam's games are brilliantly, beautifully planned. The enemies are, well done, and situations can be read, and there's amazing, unique characters. I met a fucking last game of Adams because Deacon used to be one of Hades' Deathbringers because he was brought back from the dead. He was one of the Legion of 300 in Sparta. There's a whole big background for Deacon, my character. Won't get into it. Anyway, he's familiar with hell, but he broke free of the grasp of Hades, and he went back down. He got pulled down to hell after defeating one of Hades' minotaurs, who was sent to kill him. Him and the party got dragged down to hell, and they're trying to get out. Blah 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 blah. Continuing through hell, and Persephone, Hades' wife, shows up to them after they defeat three Cyclopses. Which, might I add, those three Cyclopses were party. The only person left standing with any amount of health was me and Dermot, and at that, Dermot's fucking like face was bashed in, his legs were fucked, and it was just ridiculously difficult to fight. It was a really good fight, really like thoughtful fight, and I had the coolest finisher I've ever done. Indeed, I've never screamed like that in my life. I tackled because Deacon's a Goliath, and he's registered as a large creature. Uh, and the ogres, the cyclopses were about 20 feet tall, but they still count as large creatures. And Deacon's about 8, 9 foot tall. I was able to tackle. I was able to fucking roll a critical. I had never been this happy in D&D before. I rolled a critical on the Cyclops that was full health. This thing literally could have party wiped us. It was the last Cyclops had full health that had just murdered Emma and was about to was about to murder. I think. I just saved Glenn's character as well because I pushed Glenn's character aside and I got the fuck kicked out of me because I'm the tank of the group. Um, yeah, there's so many cool abilities. I will walk you through it someday because there's too much to just explain off the top of my head. It's so cool. And anyway, because you literally can do anything. I literally said, right, I'm going to charge this Cyclops. I'm going to tackle him, and I'm going to lift him up on my shoulders, fireman style. I couldn't do fireman style; it was too big, and it was a bit creative in my head. And I'm going to fuck him into that pit of lava. And obviously, lava has its own damage pool. Everything has its own damage pool in D&D. And I rolled a critical, and I just went, right, fuck, how do I do this? And I said, right, okay, because I got two attacks because I'm a level 5 barbarian, so I get two attacks. I failed my first one, but I got a critical on the second one. So the whole description was as you lock I with this Cyclops, um, You make a primordial you make a primordial growl, grunt, stomping your feet, hoofing back like a bull about to charge, and as you shoulder bash this Cyclops, it takes a step back, stuttered, not hurt by this. It scoffs at you. You don't like this. You look him in the eye, uh, a raging foam frothing from your mouth. You run at this as hard as you can, and you dip your head underneath the scrotum, yes, of this Cyclops, and you wrap your arms around its legs. And as you lift up with all your might, you lift it, and you're dragging this Cyclops on your back as you run through the chasm, and you turn around, you flip, and you just dump this Cyclops into the lava as you hear as he burns and falls and disintegrates to his death. You've defeated her. It's so good. It's so much fun. Yes, and that was really badly described as well, but like you can get so in depth with it whenever you're just doing a regular attack, not even a killing blow. Because it's all about, if the party isn't into it, because it's not just the dungeon master's job to describe shit, you can describe your own shit. It's best to wait until you could, like, if you're in a fight, roll your attacks and shit before you describe shit, because, like, and I'm gonna do this and that and that, and never mind, I failed with my attack rolls, I stabbed myself in the foot, fuck. But, like, yeah. Yeah, give it to me. Stop it. But no. But no, like even the non-killing blows, because Glenn just got fucking whacked around by this big bitch and literally had 1 HP left. This was at the very beginning of the fight because the Cyclops rolled a higher initiative than us, which meant it could attack first. And the positioning was kind of, you imagine a cave in both ways. There was one Cyclops coming from dead ahead and two coming from behind. Glenn was behind me, and Michael were standing in a phalanx, like the Spartan phalanx, like shoulder to shoulder, spears pointed between the shield. Yeah, we were standing in phalanx formation, waiting for this Cyclops to charge us. And as the Cyclops is charging us, we both had to roll for I don't know, it was Constitution saving or something like that there. But it was basically to make sure that we weren't terrified by this huge 20-foot tall beast charging at us. Yeah, you have to roll to make sure that you don't get, like, because obviously there's external factors. Literally, so me and Michael both rolled terribly. Michael got a 2 and I rolled a 4. But it was my go. So, it was like, okay, Josh, now it's your turn to roll, and I rolled horribly. And I said, but wait, I will pull myself into, because I'm a barbarian, berserker barbarian, so I can go into what's called a rage. I will go into a frenzied rage, and it gives me immunity to being terrified. It gives me an immunity to being scared of things, because, angry beats pissed, or angry beats sad, and anger beats scared. And anyway, as this, and I described it so well because, anyway, so Glenn just got the shit kicked out of him behind me, all in real time. So standing in phalanx form, as this 20-foot tall Cyclops begins to charge you and Michael, standing shoulder by shoulder, side by side, brothers in arms, Deacon lets out a barbaric scream, Goliath lungs filling the cavern, shaking the walls, going from a this petrified fear, shaking white blood rushing away from his face, and you see the bloodshot in his eyes begins to roar. His scream of fear turns into a scream of a battle cry, and as Deacon stands there poised, screaming, frothing at the mouth, barbaric rage, he turns around and runs away as the Cyclops charge, and as he turns around to run away, he sees Eros laying down, beaten, bloody, about to get rushed by a Cyclops. So I rush the Cyclops, and I have a feat called Shield Master, which means I can attack and stuff with my shield. So I use my Shield Master feat to punch the Cyclops sort of in the groin area, because again, I'm not as tall as a Cyclops. I punch the Cyclops kind of the groin area, push it back 5 feet, pull out my Mace of Hellfire, and I sort of thump it in the knee to bring it down to my level, thump it in the knee, doing some more damage, and I use another Shield Bash attack again to put it back now 5 feet, and I use my Shield Bash and bam, hit it in its eye and push it back a further 10 feet, me now standing in between the Cyclops and Eros in order to protect him. And then that's one roll, and it just feels so cool being able to do all that and describe that, because in your head it's Yeah, no, it's so cool to just imagine all that because you can be as creative as you want in your own head. Yeah, exactly. The DM sort of like picks the path you're going down, has enemies and shit planned. Exactly, is that's the perfect way to describe it. It just depends, like like Adam would throw together a game a day or two before like we plan on playing, but some DMs will literally spend a whole week working on a game if it's a huge game. But I'd take like maybe a couple hours planning, to sort of like, okay, like we'll have the party go here and then we'll see what they do there. And then sort of, depending on where they want to go, you can guide them in your own sort of like, because I've been sort of looking into doing it and like I'm thinking like, okay, so even if the party is down a like a three-way split path and they would decide to go left, I can make this building appear anywhere. It's not set, it's in your mind. So like, yeah, it's a great thing. You can freestyle whatever you want. Exactly. hmm there's no, it's perfect because again, like the whole thing of like you don't even need to attack to get past things because another great one again in Greece, there's so many good ones in Greece. Um, I think it was a group of bandits who were like blocking us on the bridge, and it was just me and Dermot decide to go and see what was what. But Dermot's character, his flaw is he is reckless. That's a legit flaw. You can roll your flaws. You have to pick a flaw for your character. My flaw is because my background is haunted. I talk to spirits that no one else can see. So like exactly, it's so much fun, but it's because like people look at you like you're crazy at first. Because like I could be sitting in a tavern, and fucking Bob the goat can spawn beside me, and like, "Ah, Bob, how this crap, man," But anyway, on the bridge, and it's a small bridge, stone bridge, maybe 20 by 50 feet long, like hefty bridge, stone bridge, good sturdy construction, but there's a big drop below, and Dermot decides to try just intimidate them. We don't know who these people are. We didn't know they were bandits at this point. These could have just been fucking innocent civilians for all we know. But we had got a warning that there may be dangers along our path, and Dermot took that quite literally. So he ran up and grabbed one of I think they were half elves. No, they weren't half elves. They were just regular humans. By the head, regular ass humans. I said, right. I run up, charge. Uh, I grab one by the hair and pull out my poison dagger and stick it to his throat. And we were working as a team. And I said, right, and then uh, I will charge behind him and take because there was three. He took obviously my guy is big, fucking like 9 foot. I have a better intimidation stat than he does, so I was able to do a bit more crowd control. And because I passed my intimidation roll, I like getting creative. So I said, all right, I charge up, and as these three enemies begin to poise their bow, I take out my sword and my shield, and my sword can spark up. My sword can light on fire because it was a gift from Hades, my sponsor at the time, whenever I was a Deathbringer. And to light my sword, I bring my sword and shield across each arms and sort of like a crisscross, and I spark my sword against my shield in order to light it on fire and point it towards the enemies. And that was enough to intimidate them, and they were sitting. One of them literally soiled themselves, and one passed out. One passed out and fell over the bridge, and I killed him just solely by intimidating him. Because he did a critical fail. If you roll a one, it's a critical fail, which typically means something bad's gonna happen. So he fainted and fell over the edge of the bridge, and we were able to bypass the scenario completely of just enemy. Given they did flank us in the next session, they did stab us in the back. They literally like caught up to us and stabbed us in the back. But it was cool. We could literally fully avoid any sort of, pardon me, combat situation by intimidating or even sweet talking. If you're a good enough sweet talker, you can, if you're like charismatic and hey, how are you, like you can slide your way into things. It's really, really cool. hmm You could be a bard. You literally could be a bard, and your job would be to inspire, heal, and attack. Because bards are very, charismatic, and bards on their extra, because you get an attack and then a bonus action whenever you're in combat. For your bonus action, you could sing a little song of inspiration and give me an inspiration dice, which is I can use 1d8 to add to any of my horrible rolls. So say I rolled 10, but it was a 15 to hit. I could add that D8 and add it to my stats to try and get it better because your song inspired me. It's really cool. Exactly. Or like in Critical Role. If you want to see a good game of D&D, I'd give it their fucking ages, but look up Critical Role Campaign 1 and just look up the first episode. The microphones after the intros are a little ganky for about a minute and a half, but that's just because it's a live stream and they were just getting shit sorted. It's really, really good. Oh, I'm feeling inspired. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. Up we go. A little bit, yeah. I'm a Goliath. My voice is a bit out there. I'm trying not to take too much inspiration from Grog the Barbarian from Critical Role, but it's a bit like this, yeah. Hard to do a Greek accent. I don't know what a Greek accent sounds like. It's fucking. Grog. See, it's hard to get the voice right because it's sort of like, and it's an in between stage because I'm trying to get it like that. They're sort of like, because obviously like Goliath do sound like that. It's trying to get a nice even mixture between not ripping off Critical Role and not sounding like Mad Max. My name is Max. Yeah, all that there. You fucking throw a shrimp on the barbie, mate. Pretty much, because any kind of fantasy, I just imagine fantasy being England. Medieval England. Yeah. That's because it's fucking Geralt's voice literally basically is so like a raspy whisper of the actual voice actor's real voice. Like Geralt has no. That's the whole thing of like Geralt has no expression in his voice because Geralt always talks like that. It's a low sort of intimidating like rasp. But that's what like he can have so much personality in that. Fuck you. Like yeah, like if you ever look at Henry Cavill talking about his thing in The Witcher, he didn't want to fully rip off I can't mind his name, but the voice actor of Geralt in the games, but he put his own. So basically, it's Henry Cavill's own voice dropped a few octaves in order to sort of give it that there like semi emotionless tone with the fucked up raspy voice that a Witcher or not just a Witcher but Geralt has. It's really cool because he's in the books he's Geralt sort of portrayed to have a more British-ish accent, not a high-pitched voice, but a more British accent like that. I don't know how he was portrayed to have a British accent though, because it was fucking wrote in Poland. It's a Polish book. That's a fair point, actually. But yeah, yeah. Hey, it's their own fault for making us hate them. Too many of them come over. That was a badly worded sentence, but I stand by it. You don't, and you know what? If you don't like it, you can leave. Well, no, it's because you know it's good. It's all in good fun. Exactly. You know what? Exactly. With me, you know when it's being hateful. You can hear the hatred in my voice when I'm being hateful. But no, yes. In to make a long story very short, you're damn straight that we're playing a game of D&D. I don't give a fuck what Molly says she's playing as well. I hope so, because Amadi, are you? Say we did play a game of D&D at the apartment. Would you be using Ash or not Ashley Amy? Yeah, Maddie already has a. Is he a full blood elf or a half elf? Maddie has an elf ranger. Did you say you want him to be? Yeah, an elven ranger. Maddie has, but I wouldn't sort of like cripple you. I'd make you also to introduce you to the leveling system. I'd make you start at like level 3, just so you have all your like a good few abilities and stuff to keep you going. And also, fun fact: whenever you're leveling up, even numbers are kind of shit, but odd numbers is where it's fucking at. You get some good shit at odd numbers. Yeah, like level 3 is usually whenever you unlock your subclasses. Well, yeah, your subclass. So like level 1, you're like for example a paladin. A level 1 paladin is a paladin in their own right. They're you can be a million different kinds of paladin for like stereotypes sake. You're a white knight, holy warrior, on the path to vanquish the world of evil and all that bullshit. But you're not actually a full paladin because you haven't sworn your paladin's oath yet. You swear your paladin's oath at level 3, and then that gives you one of like multiple subclasses of powers. So you could be like a holy warrior who uses the radiant light of, to bludgeon down their enemies in the name of whatever deity you serve, or in the name of good, or in the name of whatever you want. You could be an oathbreaker, which is kind of like a dark paladin who doesn't obey any higher powers and uses his power for his own, be it self-righteous or selfish purposes. There's so many different things you can do. Same with like barbarian. I went down the path of the berserker because I was a Spartan and that made more sense for my backstory. But you can do more of a nature-based barbarian where like you can go down another path and you get like a fucking bear for a companion and shit. It's awesome. Same with ranger. Ranger, you can be like a sort of like hunter. You can go down the path of a hunter, or you can, and this is a homebrew path, but it's fucking awesome. You can go down the path of the dragonoid, where you gain a dragon as a companion, but it's like it's part of the wyvern family, but it's like a wingless dragon, but it's still fucking awesome. Yeah, no, and like that means in your exactly, and that means in your turn, whenever you're that ranger in specific, you get to if you use your bonus action, because it's really cool because it's also intuitive because you're not playing as the dragon. The dragon is your companion, so it appeared you can call it in combat once every long rest, which is like once every snooze, or I think it might be a short rest as well because obviously Mr. Dragon needs a sleepy time as well. You can call in this I'll just call it a wyvern because I can't remember what kind of dragon it is. You can call in this wyvern, and on your attack, you make your attack, you do your thing, but you have to use your bonus action to instruct your wyvern as to what to do. Otherwise, the only ability that the dragon will do will be dodge attacks because obviously it doesn't know what to do because you summoned it, but you haven't told it what to do yet. So you actually have to instruct and mold the world around you. It's player knowledge versus character knowledge. You know what you want your dragon to do, but the dragon doesn't know what it wants you to do. Same way, like, say if I heard a whisper in the trees telling me that Maddie was going to betray me and steal my gold, and it was like a true, like it was a true thing. Like Maddie was like working with some fucking the evil fucking elves from fucking Lord of the Rings. Uh, that there, like, I could actually choose to disclose that information to use, even though you guys heard it and you guys know that I know. Your characters don't know. Exactly. That's fucking awesome. It's so good. It's fucking brilliant. Oh my god. I'm getting so, oh, I miss it. I haven't played it in a week. It's annoying me. I know, because it's awesome. It's so good. It's so much fun, and I want everyone else to enjoy it as well. And Maddie had the chance to join the last game, but she said no. Maddie could have joined as a guest, but she didn't want to. We had a character for you. Hmm? I actually don't know, Maddie. Have you played it before? Oh, I thought you had. That's enough. The only way you will probably learn your shit is by playing a game, genuinely. You can watch. I would highly recommend watching a couple games just to like get your toes wet. But like you'll never get a true feel for what it's like unless you're playing it. Like Critical Role is by far the best. I've just started to get. For some reason, I've been into D&D for fucking almost a year now, and I've never watched Critical Role's campaign. Either of their campaigns, each of them are like 100 and something episodes long, almost 200 episodes long, because the first one went for about 3 years, and the second one is still ongoing. They stream it once a week, and each episode is at least 2.5 hours long. Yeah, no, a campaign can be a million quests because a campaign can last as long as you want it, as long as everyone in the party wants to keep playing. Say, like say in my fucking, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know what the main objective in my quest in my D&D game is in Greece at the minute because obviously Adam hasn't told us. We're on a mission of the gods right now to bring balance to the world, but the gods are only drip feeding us information. The gods have brought us together, and then Hades intervened and dragged us down and all that their shit. But yeah, no, I assume like once we complete our main quest in Greece. See, there really hasn't been a main because I assume that we could like literally because we ended last week where we have to go and kill. I think it's a fully grown chimera. Chimeras are fucking terrifying. We fought one in our very first episode and we raped it. Not even gonna lie, Glenn spawned a massive magical dildo in the air and fucked it in the ass to death. It was the most amazing thing I've ever fucking imagined in my life, and I could only imagine that because that was only a baby chimera, but it was fucking huge. It's again like fucking 30, 40 fucking feet big bastard of a thing. The head of a goat, head of a lion, head of a dragon, fucking massive, scary big fucking thing. But you could tell it was young because it didn't have a scorpion tail yet. We have to go and fight a fully grown big daddy ass chimera, and I can only imagine that it's going to be the parents of the one that we molested. So it's going to be very angry, and I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I know it's great. We ended last week thinking that we were going to die because that last week it ended just before the ogre fight, but it's fine. Yes. It depends how you die. So whenever, say, you're in a fight and you get knocked down to 0 HP, you're then unconscious, and in that unconscious state, you can either be, so say there's a healer in your group. If the healer revives you, or the healer just gives you any kind, that's where Big Bang Theory again got D&D quite a bit wrong. If you get knocked down, you don't need a rod of resurrection. You just need the healer needs to go and give you like a healing word or like a healing, like you could be a barbarian, sing me like a little healing tune. And as long as you're above 0 health, you're on your feet, you're good, you're standing. But say you're in the middle of combat and everybody's preoccupied trying not to die. Whenever it comes your turn, you have to roll a death saving throw, and you have three of these. If you roll I think it's at your DM's discretion. I think it's anything above a 12. You'll bring yourself back to life. But if you roll anything below 12, you have to mark off one of your death saving throws, and that means you only have two left. But if you roll a 1, which is a critical fail, you have to mark off two. so you only have one left. And if you fail all three saving throws, again, it's all at the discretion of your dungeon master. But in the actual D&D rules, once your character marks off all three death saving throws, technically they are dead. They're permadead. They're fucked. They're fucked. They're bled out on the floor, never coming back. But obviously, like if you did all three death saving throws and blah 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 blah, say Deacon died, as you feel your soul rising through your body, feel a pull. Uh, from one of the gods, say Zeus, you feel this pull from Zeus, your purpose is more than this, we bring you back into this life, and like and a zap of lightning hits the body of Deacon, his armor sparks with arc lightning as he puts his blade to the ground, no longer his blade singes with flames, you see this arc energy, this white light burning from his blade, his shield glow, his phalanx and the phalanx, his shield and the phalanx symbol and his shield no longer phalanx, but a lightning bolt. His cloak and the mohawk of his Spartan helmet, I can't remember what it's called at the minute, they turn, the color begins to fade from a dark, dark, evil black. You see the blue, the dark midnight blue crimson through as you see a lightning warrior, and then say Zeus became my sponsor because he revived me from the dead. Things like that there can happen. And again, that's like, just off the top of your head, say that did happen to Deacon. Adam could make that up on the spot, and that's fine. That makes sense. The god has revived me because it's not the first time Deacon has died. Deacon died in the Battle of 300 along with all the Spartans, but he was brought back to life by Hades. It's fucking awesome. There's so much stuff because you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's a game with no rules. Well, obviously rules, but like let's say you didn't like your character and you wanted to give another character a go. Your character can die, pass on, have a funeral ceremony, and then say you're his estranged fucking third left cousin that knew him when he was like 5 years old, and you're not here to avenge his death and follow through his mission, and you can make like a whole new character. You can go from a bard, and you can go from a human bard to a fucking dragonborn sorcerer who shoots flames out of his butthole. Sold, good sir. I know. Exactly, you had made it.
How can I help you today?
Oh god, I need to get more into those kind of shows. They sound really funny. Chris Pratt. That dude, the dude with the guy with the mustache. I know who you're on about. No, I know exactly who you're on about. Yes. Yes, no, the big ass big juicy mustache. Yes, Yes, steak, whiskey, and fucking yeah, steak, whiskey, and cigars. And he tries to light the cigar in the restaurant. He gets told, "Sir, you can't smoke this in here." Oh well, fine, but I will have the rest. What's in the 70-pound snake? God. Oh, okay, okay. For example, I know I've been blathering on about D&D, and I will stop. But just so I can start planning in my head, because obviously I'll be the one dungeon mastering it. What what kind of theme would you want? Like, what kind of world, what universe? Like, if you're thinking like medieval or within reason, yeah. Like for example, like typical D&D is medieval. You walk into a dungeon and find a dragon. Really, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and we walked into a dungeon and found a dragon. Really, when you're playing shoots and when you're playing shoots and ladders, you complain about all the shoots and all the ladders. Yeah, it's been great. But no, yeah, like yeah, of course you could. Yeah, you could go nuts. We're in Greece. There's no such thing as there's no gods and shit in classical D&D. I mean, we're in fucking Greece right now on a mission of the gods. Again, you can do D&D online. What do you mean by online D&D? I I am sure you could get about a million chat rooms. Yes. Listen, you don't worry about those kind of things. Boy, you shut your pretty mouth. Jesus fucking Christ, I got aggressive quick. Where's that from? Is that from somewhere? Oh, fuck yeah. You should have pretty little mouth, you're the fucking tease. Don't fight it. The fucking creepiest word you can say, don't fight it. That's why it's one of my favorite phrases. Shh, 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 don't fight it, don't fight it. Just let it happen. And let it happen, it's the best one. I know, but it's so good. It's so bad, but it's so good. It feels so bad, but also feels so good. Yeah. It was that initial statement made me giggle. I was like, oh wait, that is a very good initial statement. Your statement has sunken into my brain hole. Ugh. But why would you be wanting to do something kind of Walking Dead ass? Because there are guns and shit in D&D, and then it's just a matter of just renaming a Finlock pistol to a 1911 kind of thing. And you can make up your own custom stats. You know. Oh yeah, homebrews are a thing. You don't have to. That's again, it's a game of the imagination. Like you don't have to limit yourself to the books. You literally, like the only time you have to limit yourself to the books is I swear to God, right? I didn't know this until I started playing. There was legitimately competitive D&D, which is fucking awesome. Yeah, there's like huge D&D tournaments and shit in America where you actually have to stick to the official Dungeons and Dragons rules. But if you go on a website, I think it's called what's it called? What's it called? D&D Beyond, I think it is called. Uh, and like on there, it's all like you can access all of the base game stuff for free, which is really really cool. Plus, it also shows you all the stuff from all the guidebooks, and when you click into it, it'll say, "Oh, if you want to see this, you have to pay for the Myths and Monsters guidebook." But then you can like, okay, I want to know what this perk is. You just type that perk into Google. It's fucking great. Um, but in that you can see all the official stuff, but then you can go to homebrews and like homebrewed monsters, characters, fucking weaponry, all that there shit. Because it's a game, it's a community based game. Like you literally, I'm sure if I looked up D&D homebrew Walking Dead, I could find a campaign to run like that. You know, so you don't even have to make up your own campaign because people make campaigns up. People can take and DM and all that their shit and just upload it to the website. People to have fun. Same way people make their own custom characters. Like say in my Witcher playthrough, I wanted to be Geralt. I wanted to play Geralt. This would be an awesome character to play. I could look up a character guide on how to play Geralt on or just type up Witcher into the D&D Beyond search site, and then there'd be like a Witcher card that will pop up. And there might be custom races and stuff like an actual Witcher race or a Witcher subclass and all that there, which isn't a part of the actual D&D official, bit, but because it's a homebrew, you can do whatever you want. Check something. Take your time. Cool dialogue. Bit of quick. What? What? Tell me. What? Don't tease me, girl. Delamain cap? No. Is it a big game? If it's not a big spoiler, just lay it on me. Oh, okay, right, okay, fair enough. Uh huh. Mhm. Mhm. No! Really? From Portal? That's ridiculous. That's something I can't wait to play on PC. Yes, Portal. Oh my god, I'd love to play Portal. I've never played it before. That's a lie. I played a little bit on my mate's laptop when I was like fucking 12, but like I've never actually played Portal before. I know. I think the squad sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. They literally just ripped it from Portal. That's the exact voice line. That's so fucking cool. It's a cool little thing to fucking sprinkle in. Right, well, your cat? Oh, your cat's in your room, right? I've never seen your cat in your house. I've stared at it from the window, but I've never seen your cat in the house. Like, I always forget you own a hat. I always forget your family owns a cat. How do her and Finn get along? They don't. Bad. Oh, she beats him up. He's got little man syndrome. That's what it's about. Intelligence and speed. Oh, speaking of intelligence and speed, Grog can't read or write. No, Grog can't read and write. It's my paladin that can't read and write. If your intelligence is below 6 or below, your character can't read and write. If it's lower than 4, he can't speak. I can get there. You can literally make a mentally ill character, and it's fucking hilarious. Anyway, give me a minute. I'm gonna run to the potty. Love you both. Maybe. Hello? Hello?
Он принимает всех потерянных, отвергнутых, отчаявшихся. Втирается в доверие. До нитки.
Миш, что ты несешь? Мы еще даже не закончили с переговорами.
Как скажешь, милая. Я просто пошутил.
Пошутил и будет. Понеслась пизда побочку.
Он принимает всех потерянных, отвергнутых, отчаявшихся. Заманивает. Втирается до нитки. Как скажешь. Я просто пошутил.
Блять.
Он принимает всех потерянных, отвергнутых, отчаявшихся. Заманивает. Втирается в доверие. Как скажешь. Я просто пошутил.
Shard is secured.
Nice work. Sending you the drop-off coordinates. Client will be waiting for you there.
Why do I feel like a corpo agent right now?
What's all this about?
China. They're the client.
China, huh? Thought you never liked swimming with the sharks.
Everyone's got debts, V. You do what you gotta do.
What happens if you can't pay it off?
Why do you think we're scraping the barrel into gigs here? So I don't have to find out.
What kind of debt?
Just something from my muckraking days. Needed help and fast, too.
Help for what?
I'm sorry, do you hear me poking around your personal biz, digging through your past?
No. Suppose not.
Just teasing me. I'd rather just get this over with and move on. So you heading to the meet or what? Pete, wait.
Yeah?
When you get there, no questions. Makes them real cranky.
Try my best. Dimly lit corner, runt limo, suits and ties. Is there a code word I'm missing?
新片，
No one for small talk, huh?
快啲！等緊啦，演現貨。
有啦，陸軍中校，
數據呢？
俄式套層加密，要攞翻去先可以解碼。
明啦，你可以走啦。
This sort of gig, no hiccups? Quiet as a roach? Color me impressed. Contract closed, and thanks.
veterans and change? Here. All yours. It's all good and you. God bless.
Hey, do I know you?
V, we got data from Jotero's private server. Found out who's been procuring people for his recordings. Meet Jae Hyun, human trafficker and bona fide piece of shit. Check the sitch out for me. Deets attached.
Hello? Hello, how is you? How is okay? How is, thingy, Sophie? Yeah? Pretty tasty. Mostly just on PC books. You thinking tea? He's not in the party. Oh, sure, you weren't in the party. Martin? I'm about to check my emails, and I had another like protagonist thing again. Was recommending me, last minute Christmas gifts, and it was all D&D stuff. I have never looked up D&D on Amazon before. As I lie, I've looked up a dice mat and my dice. That's it. Why, oh, Maddie, you've ruined your good shirt. Why are you doing it? You can stop yourself from doing it. You do not nibble, you're gnawing like a fucking rat. Still, it doesn't matter. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm just taking a poop. Yeah, maybe that's what the but that hasn't.
V, we got data from Jotaro's private server. Found out who's been procuring people for his recordings. Meet Jay Hume, human trafficker and
Good
bona
ass poop.
fide piece of shit. Check the sitch out for me. Deets attached.
You should bring the good kush. Her college? Hasn't she already paid for her term's college, though? I mean, she's just ran out of money. No, it's not good. I'm okay, sweetie. Please just do not swallow the sponge. See, that's what you tell your mom and your dad, but then you do you still swallow it. What game are we what? Sorry, honey? Honey, stop hitting yourself. at me. Come closer to the camera. You're very pretty. Take off your glasses. Oh, who's your pretty baby? Who's the bestest baby? Who's the prettiest baby? That's right. You are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Who's the cutest Bob? That's right. You. Well, Connor's ass is pretty nice, but he's nothing compared to yours. And you the best. I don't think that. Lots of people think that. Even Connor would. Even Connor like to, you know, look at that ass. I do think so. I think he likes the butt. I think he thinks your booty's pretty voluptuous too. Brother from another mother, nigga. I don't know. I just got all excited because Connor seemed to be really into it, and that made me excited. We can do a Star Wars one as well. You like Adam? You gonna tell me why you're doing an anxious thing? Is it actually like happy, hyperactive, or is it anxious?
Dead. And here I thought nothing would cheer me up today. Great.
Pinky promised me.
The gate closed.
Okay. Is everything okay? Pinky? Pinky? Well then tell me about that molecule then. Don't lie to me. Because I don't like liars very much. Yeah, exactly, so whip it out. Whip it out. Why? Why do you get like this whenever I mention D&D? Like, I got so excited about it there because it's the first time that anyone's actually shown any genuine interest in it. Mm-hmm. Honey, oh, is it do your granda? Let's just. Hmm? Let's just hope your mom's just being dramatic like normal. I thought it was my fault you were upset, and that's why you weren't talking to me about it. But then, isn't that how you feel whenever I don't talk to you about things? You think it's yourself? That's gonna be awesome. I never, I know, I never thought Connor would be into it, but the fact that Connor's genuinely interested and excited about it, like it means that we are gonna, because you know, if God knows if we're living together, Molly can't be the buzzkill reason that we can't play. I know, but you know, you have to get used to strangers sooner or later. Pardon? Nobody? Alright, Adam, come over if he wants. Exactly. Adam is the initiator of D&D, the reason that I'm into it. Can Dermot come too? Well, Dermot's Glenn's red and he likes anime, so that's enough right there. Me, you, Connor. Oh, not me because I'll be DMing you, Connor, Molly, Adam, Glenn, Dermot. 6. It's our party right now. Yeah. You're being Ahsoka's race. That's okay. You probably learn what Ahsoka's race is, so you don't have to keep calling it Ahsoka's race. Big fudgy marshmallow people heads. Fine. We can be frog people, don't worry. I don't know. It's just because you see me as a big fucking bear. How dare you? A little bit now. I am a little bit hairy these days. Hey, everybody gets angry when they're not served. Constantly, why do you ask? Oh, no, no, no. Pardon. You're a big walk. Oh, the shade of walk. I got shade chicken, shade beef, shade pork. Oh, that's the deal. If you get a special dice, you'll play. You need your special elven dice. Yes, you can wear your ears while we play. A lot of rules. I do. Big D&D bag. Oh, that big fuck off bag. Yeah, that's fucking cool. I know, but like if I get if not if it's in the house when I get my laptop case, my big laptop satchel, that'll work perfect for it. Won't be as roomy and shit, but you know, it'll do. Yeah, that's why you should stop. It's a little soft. Spread my cheeks a fair bit. A little messy, but not too messy, you know. One of those ones that like the mess at the end was down to how you squeezed. I want to see your pretty eyes. Am I not allowed to see your pretty eyes? I like your pretty eyes. You're welcome. Wrapping my Prezi tomorrow. Oh, is it gonna be big and hairy and pink? I'll take that as a yes. Oh, that's big, hairy, and pink, all right. Fuck yes. What do you mean? They sound like cool guy items. They sound cool. I don't want budgie smugglers. My budgies don't want to be smuggled. Oh, Connie, I know. Well, you'll be able to do that eventually, don't worry. Hopefully. So what? Oh, the hygiene inspectors. I know. Full day making that money. Is that just because I've been wearing the headset? I know. There's no rush, so you make them whenever you want to make them. My god, my guy looks like an even bigger douchebag now. Hey, you like jazz? What a prick. Alright, I need to make some kind of change to this because he looks like an even bigger douchebag than normal. You know, that is not good, but it's not horrible either. That'll do. I know. That's what I said. Not good, but not horrible.
Mind your damn business, yeah?
Is it? That's great. Geschnürt. Breakfast. Sorry, I like breakfast. You don't have to make breakfast in bed, sweetie. Sometimes, yeah. It just depends. Did Andrew fall down the stairs? Like, what was it? Was it like a big fucking bowling pin or? Take your time, sweetie. Don't rush yourself. There's no need to rush. No need to stress. You okay? Ouchies. Yes, honey, ouchies.
Don't rough me.
Hmm? It's not that I made that face for. I ran over a homeless man, but I didn't run over him intentionally. I just ran over his legs and it killed him instantly. So he fell down the small flight of stairs to the right of your room. Did it sound like EastEnders? It's probably because they come at it too hot. I bet they like try and jog up it and then they realize they're fat and then their bellies weigh them down. Stop it! Stop running from me! My car is driving away from me! Car, stop it! Sorry, you were saying? 14 fell into the stairs. Oh my swimmers, mother of the Lord. Pardon? Mr. Turtle's lanky, indeed. Hmm. Oh, isotonic sports drink. I mean, it's just a good sport. Why are you drinking off-brand sports drink? If it's called isotonic sports drink, it probably will fucking melt you from the inside out. Like, what the fuck's in that? Oh, can I don't know what I'm putting in my body, just, slapping it in there anyway. Not even mind thinking twice, sweetie. Just be careful what you're eating and putting in your body. Eat shit, motherfucker. Sorry. Just need to be careful with the snoot.
Hey, watch it!
A cheeseburger. Oh my god, big guy! Draw! Sorry, I did a cool thing. I did like a full on man with no name style fucking hip fire hip draw. 300? Why 300? Oh, why 300? No, but why 300? I didn't think you liked 300 that much. Just because it's one of my favorites doesn't mean we have to watch it all the time. Well, yeah, but I always ask, can we watch two Ghibli movies, and then we never watch them. Totoro. Excuse me for wanting to watch it. No, in fact, I won't ask anymore then. No, tough shit. No, you've convinced me. No, you've convinced me not to. No, because you've convinced me not to. Hmm? Was it? Was that per bottle or per 100 milligrams? Kilojoules of energy. It's a fair wee bit, fuck. Honey, enjoy your drink. Oh, come on. Nothing wrong with Billy. Listen, I love Billy. You stop chatting shit or I'll punch you in the face. Bitch about to catch these hands. I did. I sent a meme in the group chat. What time is it? Oh, I can see it, yeah. Hmm. I do, don't worry. What's wrong? You two chatting? Having another little heart to heart? I'll take that as a yes. What you heart to hearting about? Could you two being homies? You definitely should.
Hey, hey, quick gig. Maelstrom Kleptomavonian Band. They're holding it in one of their hideouts. Address I attached. Go there and nab the shard from that band. Other words, you're klepping from the kleppers. Need more info? Scan the attachment.
Yeah, no way that this is monitored by cops. Isn't it called what, Weed app? can't believe it's literally an app. That seems a little fucking conspicuous. You know, the app is called Weed App. Sorry, Weed Maps.
Carl iced the meat bag with coke. And you want to take his flack? For what? Don't want his flack. Just want to give him a new home. Right here. Play with fire.
I wouldn't enable location, honey. Alright.
Go fuck him, Russell.
Maybe not use your real name. No, not mad at you. Dakota. Dakota Wonder. It should do. Dylan uses it, or uses a app. For wait, I don't know if it's that app in particular. Leafly. Knowledge what? Are you fucking 12? You listen to what your fucking dad has to tell you?
See you on the other side.
Not this one.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, God matter. The illegal weed app is asking you, are you 18 or older? It's a bit fucking rich, like. I highly doubt Moira is rife for dealers. Should I put in my location? Can you type in a location? Really? I find that incredibly difficult to believe.
Please, I need to be alone.
Really? What the? That's such bullshit. I can tell you right now, that is horseshit. Hello? You okay? Why would liars not be stinky people? That is very true. Yes, honey, and the meow. Butter noodle? How are your butter noodles? Really? Feel too buttery? Mm. I didn't know like the broth. That's fair enough. I like
Are you
mozzarella.
around to run a business?
Someone in the family's got to be the scoff winner. I can count, and I've got good hands. All you need.
Hmm?
Cooking up anything good today?
I don't deal in anything less. Gotta
Honey,
respect
you need to
yourself
speak up. You
and
sort of
others.
speak clear. I can't hear you breaking up with it. I'll have more used to it than they will. Oh, the mozzarella cheese, right? Sorry, I was really confused, honey. You need can you speak up a little, sweetie. You're very quiet tonight. I do. Yeah, exactly why. Because she knew that she didn't have you. You didn't have her blocked on that account. Did you say this to her? To her face? No, I know this. Like, But have you like yelled this in her face like an actual argument? Why, or did you go? You know, it's kind of sort of mean that you kind of sort of do this. Hmm. Why do you not treat all people like that then? Fuck you, pussy. Do it. Do it. Be confrontational. No, 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 not catfrontational. Confrontational. Confront things. Don't let your dreams be memes. Like what? That bitch. Why? That's how you make your. That's how you help people to improve by telling them what they've done wrong. You don't get better at maths by your teacher saying, "Don't worry, honey, you're doing okay. Let me just. Oh Jesus Christ! It glitched me back. I mean, it's okay, sweetie. You're doing fine. Let me just mark all this stuff right, even though you're a fucking dumbass. You know." But then, why do you like people like that? Like, it's very like you say, it's confusing, sweetie. But if people treat you bad, why do you keep them around? That makes no sense. If somebody doesn't treat you good 100% of the time, then they don't deserve to have your time. It's not a matter. What? Like what? Give me an example. Okay. That bitch. That fat hoe. But that bitch took the cookies. But that bitch took the cookies. They're your cookies. But that's what people say when they get caught out on a lie. People that like, especially if fucking
What's your story? Who are you?
oh,
I have many names. The Desperate.
especially if
The Warthog.
fucking they get caught out on a lie that they've
Look,
like
I'm just a
already
free man
like put too
making
much
movies.
grease into. They're just gonna dig their heels
I
in
only
and keep
break
yelling
even
it.
from the
Like
burden
that's just
of
how people work,
material
honey.
change. Some call it theft. But me, I prefer proactive recycling.
What's it you're dealing in?
The better question is, what I ain't. All who enter my trash kingdom find what their hearts desire most. Provided, of course, it's trash your heart desires.
Bitches keep taking the cookies. Those bastards taking all the good cookies. Hmm? Is it actually helpful? Is this like what's happening with you and someone right now? No, I mean like, what's with the topic of lying tonight? Like, what's like who lied to you? Do you want to give me an example? Start at the very beginning, a very good place to start. Well, well, it depends. I like to think for the most part I would be an honest person, because like, what the fuck is the point in lying? I'm sure like, I mean, let me rephrase it this way. Whenever my mom comes in and throws on the voice and says, "Josh, were you the one eating this?" Do I not always just go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, exactly." But that's not the right thing, though. No, they still lied. I'm sure it's nice to hear it today. It's not. Right, let's use an extreme example to get my point across. Say I cheated on you, and then, you said, "Josh, I know you cheated on me." And I said, "Yes, honey, I know, I'm sorry." I give you a hug. Does that make it okay? Why? Yeah, I still did the bad thing. Doesn't matter if I said sorry, the bad thing is still done. Nothing. No, it doesn't matter. It would say a small thing, What the fuck? It's. Maddie, you're asking a very, like, I feel like I'm trying to explain emotions to a kid. Like, yourself, you're not stupid, that there's different levels of, like, there's a difference between, like, "Here, I stole your cookie, I'm sorry, oh, it's okay, it's grand, don't worry about it." That's different, that's taking someone's food. But whenever it is, you're comparing what I assume is pretty ratchet shit that fucking Jamie, or your mom, or Andrew, or me, or whoever the fuck has been doing, that you just don't want to say. And the fact that I said I threw my name in there and you didn't disagree is, but what? Then what? Who's lying to you about what? Help me help you. Oh, your mum, of course she is. What else? Maybe she just watches a lot of porn and buys a lot of dildos. Maybe she's just watching porn and doesn't want you to know. No, but I mean like, no, but alright, honey. Imagine, you know, you are your mother, okay? And you know that there is pornography on your phone, okay? Why in the fuck would you let your daughter go near that? That is the stupidest fucking thing. You know, you would say, no, don't touch that fucking phone. You know. You know, what's wrong? None of your fucking business. You know. What do you mean? Like, well, no, it's the exact same thing. I don't know how you would think it with me because you literally are never off my fucking phone. Maddie, right. It may be completely normal and natural and all that shit. But if your daughter walked up to you and said, "Hey mom, what kind of porn do you watch?" What would you say to her? "Hey mom, I saw porn in your phone." Would you want to have that conversation? That's an awkward as fuck conversation. No, no, you just don't have to talk about it. You just say, "Darling, no, I don't want to talk about that." No, it's not a matter of lying. You just say, "Fuck off, none of your business." You know. No, maybe in a moment of fucking stupidity, you go, "No, there was nothing on it. Don't you fucking on. What the fuck are you on my phone for anyway?" You know. Well, yeah.
How's biz treating you, Cassius?
Lately, can't complain. MaxTac raided a black clinic not long past. Since then, custom accounts gone up, and so my prices. Coincidence? You decide.
Let's see what's good.
Take your pick.
But people are just. Maddie, I think you can. You've a tad you're being too suspicious of people. I think it's your mother and you. Fucking, you don't always assume the worst just because people are very. A lot of people are very conscious of their privacy. Like, take my mom for example. My mom hates people snooping in her shit. My mom has absolutely nothing to hide. But she'd fucking punch you in the dick if you tried to fuck. Not even, but she'd. What the fuck you take my phone for? Give that back. I just wanted to see what was on. You're none of your fucking business. Because, same, like I would have been that kind of person. I had to get used to other people. Like, I don't like people touching my shit. That's why I tell R to fuck off so often. But if hmm, yeah, exactly. I don't like people going through my shit. That's why I'm comfortable handing you my phone. I know you're not gonna go through my shit. Not a matter of hiding things. It's a matter of privacy. Kinky shit on there. No, I know. Well, no, I don't think that because again, I like incognito mode on my phone because it means that I'm not getting suggested shit constantly, and it just means that whenever I'm on Google, I Google shit, and I like the black background. It's just I like incognito mode. I don't like the fact that fucking Google literally track all your fucking shit and customize your adverts. Incognito mode means it can't track what I'm doing. See, I don't get like I genuinely like it's not me being a moral high ground bullshit. I don't get that. Oh, it doesn't matter how it's not a matter of that. It's a matter of I don't want you thinking about that and you just leave it alone kind of thing. Same way like if my kid walked in on us having sex, yeah, it's natural, it's normal. Don't ever fucking walk in on me again or I'm gonna whoop your fucking ass. It's that there. I'm not smuggling cocaine up my ass, but whenever someone walks into my room and I'm naked, I tell them to fuck off. I think you shouldn't always assume the worst of people, honey. Obviously, I know a lot of people do bad things not out there, but it always just sounds like you're jumping from one extreme to the next sometimes.
Let's see what's good.
No, I know, sweetie, but even on the event that, for example, like I did that still, and you saw on my phone, I still wouldn't want you seeing it. I wouldn't want you looking at it. It's a matter of privacy. That's it. It's nothing else. Talking about me? That literally sounded like it was directed right at me, sweetie. But that's just what you said. People who say they don't do it still do it.
Let's see what's good.
I know, but it's a thing about embarrassment, honey. People don't want other people thinking of them in that respect. Could you imagine if a random guy come up to you when you were single, say, "Huh, I bet you watch porn. Huh, huh, I bet you masturbated last night." You know, it's a matter of respect, sweetie. Sweetie, honey, there is like, take when I'm playing this game for example. I know it's a role playing game. I know that it's just a game. I know that they are not real women, and either way, I don't give a damn. But I don't want to be playing a game with sexual content in it with my girlfriend watching me, for example, because that's like watching a sex scene with your mother. It's just there's certain things you don't do with certain people. You know, I don't show Connor my anus. You know, Connor doesn't touch my wiener. There's certain things you don't do with certain people. It's not a matter of not being comfortable with it or not knowing that it's natural. It's just a matter of not wanting to do it with that person. It's like why I get so uncomfortable whenever fucking sex scenes come on whenever we're together, because I don't like anything like that. It's not that I'm not comfortable with it. It's not that I don't you know understand if it's part of a story or things like that there. But it's the fact I just don't like watching that shit with you there. Again, the whole month. It's just it feels uncomfortable. But it doesn't matter. It just feels uncomfortable because it's with your significant other. Do you not understand that, or like Like it's one of those things that if you're sitting watching it on your own, you go, oh, that's fine, you know. But when I'm sitting with you there, I feel like I have to look away or like I can't, you know, do certain, I can't say certain things, you know. No, but you, Maddie, you know what I mean. What do you mean? Well, yeah, there is not to. It's because there's not a point of lying. You know, why lie whenever, especially whenever you're looking someone in the eye and you know you're lying to them. There's like no fucking point. Yeah. Hmm? Yes, because I use so much of my phone space. I don't even think I half filled my memory card in my last phone. Think I don't think it's like that. No. Who, Jimmy? Honey, I really wouldn't call her your best friend. And come on, now, you really think I would have wanted to see that fucking full bush? Did she say she was going to? It's pretty high. That's a pretty consistent rating. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm confused why you mourn your mates even though they're all shit. Yeah, not in a bad way, honey. You really, really should. You're too forgiving. Well, there's only one person that can change that, honey. The only person preventing you is yourself. How's that emotional manipulation if you tell them how you feel? Honey, there is no base way to judge emotions. It's not that fucking black and white. But for the most part, people know whenever they're being vindictive, and people know when they're being used. You know. And fuck Maddie, if you didn't know that your mates were playing you like a fiddle, you're one thick wee shite. You know. Grand mistakes can be made sometimes, but like mistakes were made fucking consistently, you know. It's not even like it was one wee thing here, you know, and like that was it. No, it was constant. You know, doormat population fucking you. Honey, I know that. Like,
Think I saw something. On my way to investigate. I don't even know you.
not in a bad way, but a little bit. I like the phrase claw and doormat, maybe. That was cool. Um, did you say goodbye to him? Well, then I assume he's away getting tea and it's fallen asleep or called Molly.
Hey, hey, quick gig. Maelstrom Kleptomoronian band. They're holding it in one of their hideouts. Address I attached. Go there and nab the shard from that band. Other words, you're klepping from the kleppers. Need more info? Scan the attachment.
Honey, I do know.
What was that?
I mean, I know they haven't been together long, but of course they're fucking been together long enough to miss each other when they're away. Hmm? No, it just fucking died stupidly. You're saying? I know that you really will be around every corner. I'm joking, Maddie. Fuck. Right, I'm gonna make a quick save game and give Cyberpunk a break for a minute. My head's hurting.